For a long time, poverty campaigners have accused the G8 of either indifference or ineptitude in tackling the world's big problems. But there has been at least some acknowledgement here that they're taking the first tentative steps towards helping the vast majority of the world by making the world's richest and most powerful pay their dues.
We've commissioned a new international mechanism that will identify where multinational companies are earning their profits and paying their taxes, so we can track and expose those who aren't paying their fair share. It may not be the catchiest name in the world, but this international tax tool is going to be a real feature of ensuring we get proper tax payment and proper tax justice in our world.
On avoidance, campaigners had demanded new laws which would prevent multinationals from moving to different jurisdictions to avoid paying vast amounts of corporation tax. On evasion, the aim is more transparency from tax havens like Bermuda and others where tens of billions are hidden. After being ignored for years, campaigners say they are at least genuinely being listened to.
It's been fascinating taking part in the briefings for this G8, to be up against some of those accountants and bankers and lawyers and hear their arguments and put forward the counter-argument that I've been making for years and suddenly realise that actually the people who are being listened to are the campaigners.
Outside shoring up government budgets in the West, part of the aim is to create more revenue for the developing world. Countries like Zambia are being milked for their mineral wealth, while they complain the mining companies have found ways of avoiding improving lives through tax.
People have been asking if there's so much money, where is this money? Because we don't see it in Zambia, we don't feel it in Zambia.
That sentiment could easily be shared by many in the richer West who've seen their lives altered by austerity. Greater tax revenues here too would be a political as well as an economic prize. Still, just because the need is so obviously there, it doesn't mean that tax havens are happy to go down without a fight. And just as the G8 here was sounding so happy with itself, the parliament in Switzerland, well known as a tax haven, announced that it was going to block legislation which would have allowed American authorities to investigate illegal tax evasion by a number of Western and Swiss banks. The measures announced here didn't go far enough for campaigning groups, and it would take years to implement genuine change. But as the G8 ends, there appears at least to be some political will to force money from the very richest into the system, which would benefit the lives of the many. Laurence, Al Jazeera, at the G8 summit in Northern Ireland.